So back in 2023, this YouTuber went viral because he spent $14,000 on a realistic border collie costume that he used to walk around in public on all fours, cosplaying as a dog. This man is Japanese, which should inform your opinion about him and his next move. He's taking this to a whole new level by opening a zoo exhibit for other humans who want to get into dog or other animal costumes and pretend to be animals.
I'm just going to put this picture on screen so you guys can remember what we were talking about initially.
This is the guy.
This is the guy.
That MF right there is not real, okay? That is his costume. Would it fool you?
At quick glance, yes, absolutely.
The crazy part is you can see in all these clips, people are walking by with their real dogs, and the dogs are freaked the F out because they can smell a human, but they see a dog, and it just rocks their entire world.
I imagine that is like the uncanny valley for a dog on 10.
It was insane.
Have you seen the guy who gets he puts on a lion costume and goes and hangs out with lions?
That seems like a terrible idea. But I will say, if this person were an American, I would have a totally different take on this behavior.
What is the difference then?
Japanese people have always been weird.
Okay.
And their society and the things that they find acceptable in Japanese society is different than the U.S. And I think the motivation may be different than in the U.S. I think furries in the U.S. are creepy and weird.
All right.
I think this is weird, but in a different way.
So you think in America it's sexually based?
I think a lot of it is sexually based in the U.S. This doesn't seem like it's sexually based, and the reason is because of how much that dog looks like a real,
because when you look at American furries, they kind of look like cartoon characters.
Exactly. And so there is, to me, the way that I kind of the feelings that I get, and this is all just about maybe it's just an emotional reaction, but it's absolutely different for Japanese people to do this than for American people to do this.
I get what you're trying to say, but I still have my reservations and my suspicions about this man after watching one of the videos he posted. Back in December, he posted this video to show one of the zoo exhibit guests trying out the dog costume and performing tricks. And I just want to say first, tell me how you think the tail is moving.
Well, this is this video first. I'm showing this one first. This is the one with the paw. Okay.
Yeah.
And then now we'll go and we'll look at the other one that Mary was talking about. Yes.
How is the tail
動物
moving?
になりたいと思ったことありませんか?
How is the tail moving?
Mary wants
Riddle
to know.
me that. I won't even explain what I think might be happening, but we are all adults here.
Yes. All right.
I don't know that
How's the tail
that's
moving,
not
Margaret?
that's not my first thought.
Butt plug tail.
Yeah, okay. You had to make it explicit. Thank you, guys.
Sorry. For the people that are listening, I had to paint a more accurate visual representation.
So I don't know if this is this man's real name or if it's his fursona name, but Toko is planning to open the zoo, and he posted this video about it saying, I dreamed about becoming an animal since I was a child, and when I grew up, my dream came true in the form of a costume. When I was young, I thought it would be nice if there were a service where you could become an animal. What can I do to help others who feel the same way I do?
Become a therapist?
Well, I love the bold understanding to him that other people do think that way, that he doesn't think for a second that he's weird. He's just like,
no.
What about all of the other people who think like I do?
There are hopefully no other people.
But the thing is law of averages tells you that he's right, that there are other people.
Yeah, I hate that this kind of person can find the community.
Not only that, but once he says it, there are going to be people that are going to be like, ooh, that's true. I've kind of felt like that
Remember
before. Now I want to find more of my
my people.
Who was the musician that put dog bowls in their or kitty litter boxes in their performances? for people that had personas. Remember that? We talked about that.
I don't remember which artist you're talking about.
But we did do that, right? We talked about that?
Yeah, they had a bunch of fans who identified as cats, so they wanted to accommodate that with litter boxes at every show.
This job has shown me, man-made horrors beyond my comprehension.
But this is what's wrong with the internet, Like, I saw this green text from 4chan where it was like, the internet caused all these people to find their community no matter how weird or effed up their predilection is. You grow up and you think that you have some kind of attraction to toasters, and then you're going to find all these other people who are attracted to toasters. And you're going to think it's an identity. 20 from Cesario JPN. Great. Japan will now be flooded by furries in their fursuits. Bad enough the yen is down and is bringing in disrespectful gaijin tourists, and don't get me started on foreigners living in Japan. Well, I don't know. It sounds like they have enough problems at home. They don't need any Westerners making it worse. The American furries and the Japanese furries might have some differences, as you pointed out.
I know Japan is an island, but if I were Japanese, I would still want to build a wall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Around all of Japan, and everybody can F off and stay away.
So whenever we talk about stories like this, I just want to reference Paul Blart in the chat is making the libertarian argument, and I tend to, we come back to this every time. It's the, if it makes them happy, why does anybody care? So Paul Blart says, if they make people happy, aren't bothering anyone, and are happy, then let them do their thing.
Nobody is saying we should legislate this, but it is our thing to make fun of him doing his thing.
Okay.
Mary might be talking legislation, but
yes, I am. Yes, I am. This should be illegal, and you actually should be institutionalized for doing this. If dressing up like a dog,
I stand corrected,
and walking around on all fours in public is what makes you happy, that means there's something deeply wrong with you, and you should know that. So the authorities should make you aware of that.
In Japan, you would say the same thing.
It doesn't, to me, it doesn't matter where you are. This should be illegal.
It makes a difference
globally. In fact, I would make that a law in like international, like I would go to the UN and give a presentation about this.
God, so you would empower the UN?
Yes, I absolutely
would. That is a terrible idea.
According to the zoo's website, so far, humans are able to put on an Alaskan Malamute costume, but attendees must meet certain criteria, such as being shorter than 5'11", but taller than 4'11", to fit inside.
Well, that's in America, you'd get in trouble for that because they would tell you that you're being not inclusive. Like all of the fat people who can't get on airplanes with an extra seat for free.
If you're unable to open or close the mouth of the costume, we will give you a 10% discount. A reservation must be made 30 days in advance, and just over $315 for one person to become a dog for 180 minutes.
Okay, let's find out.
There are other deals for pairs and trios who want to get the most out of their experience.
Let's be real, guys. How much did USAID pay this guy to start this? I want to know. I would like to know.
Him?
How much did the U.S. government pay this guy to start this zoo?
It's almost weirder that it's not sexual for him. Like, if this isn't some kind of fetish, that's almost worse. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, this seems... I don't want to, like, say certain words right now, but this seems like the behavior of a person who was abused as a child, and this is some kind of dissociative coping mechanism that he's using to manage trauma, and that's not okay. Not all coping mechanisms are good coping mechanisms, and if dressing up like a realistic border collie is your coping mechanism, you should be stopped from doing that. Like, is that so crazy of me to say? Is that such a hot take in 2025?
I don't know. I maybe it's just the access to the internet, but I look at this and I go, huh? And then I move on. That's what I do with all this. I would go, people are weird. People are weird.
People are weird, but some people are so weird that they should be kept away from all the rest of us.
People are weird. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.